What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Run Good Life coming at you with more COMC content. I told you guys I was going to do updates every couple of months, and in the comments section, you guys told me, no, we want more regular updates on your COMC Flip challenge. Now, if you missed the first video in this series, I am taking $1,000 on COMC in 2021 and seeing how far I can flip it up. So I intend to do these every 2 months or so, but y'all wanted a much more frequent updates, and so here we go. Here's the first update. It is February 1st when I am recording this video, so January is complete, and I am happy to report it was a very big month. Got off to a pretty hot start, I would say. So as it stands, I have about $825 in capital. I have a total asking price of all the cards for sale in my portfolio of $1,937. I am the lowest priced on every single card in my port on COMC. And if we head over to the spreadsheet, spreadsheets, right? Some of you guys are just looking at all of this data and be like, I hate spreadsheets, I hate Excel, get me out of here. We're not going to stay on this screen too long, but I did want to show you this is a full breakdown of everything that I sold on COMC last month in the month of January. Total of 73 cards total. And one of the great things about COMC, I will give them credit, is that you can generate these for any month or any year of sales. And you can, with, doing enough pruning and doing enough, searching around and formulas and whatnot, you can figure out just about anything you want. So I've made this very simple. I've looked at everything that I've sold. If you look right here, this is the purchase price, this H column. This is what I paid for all of the cards. This is what I sold it for, and this is what I received after their 5-cent transaction fee. They even spell out a transaction fee, as well as if you were running a sale, there was some extra fees for that. The date sold, the date I acquired the card. But let's not spend too much time on this page. Let's actually scroll down to the very bottom, and you can see the total price that I paid for all of the cards that I sold was $924.19. The total price that I sold all those cards for was $1,939.98 for a total profit in the first month of the Flip Challenge of $1,015. I effectively just doubled my starting stack of $1,000. But like I said, I don't want to stay on this page too long. I want to show you guys all of the cards that I sold, or at least some of the better cards that I sold, and then I want to hop into some of the cards that I bought that I still have available for sale. So here we are on the sales history page, and one of the good things about COMC is you can actually sort your sales and your purchases and come up with these pages. You can see them by year, you can see them by month. So this is every card that I sold in January 2021, and again, there are like 73 cards that I sold total. We're not going to talk about all 73, but I do want to come on here. I want to talk about my mentality, what I was thinking when I bought some of these cards. One of the first things you'll notice, I have this sorted by my top sales. One of the first things that you're going to notice is that I'm very much in it for the quick flips. You know, this Rui, take this for example, Rui Hashimura Red, numbered to $299. I bought it and sold it on the same day, so I paid $104 for it on the site. I sold it to somebody on eBay just a little bit later and pocketed close to $62 profit right there. Same thing with this Temu Warner. I bought it on New Year's Eve. I sold it the next day, paid $30 for it, which I talked about in the first video was clearly an underprice. I got $189, so it really started off very quick to start the year. These couple Kobe's I picked up out of the recently added section. One of them was $25, one of them was $67, and they had the designation of poor to fair on them, which means that there were clearly problems with these cards. Now, if you take a look at this one, you can clearly see right here, there's a pretty big crease on it, and you look at the back. You can just see that crease on front. This one looks a little bit better, which is probably why they priced it higher. You can see some edge wear up here, but I couldn't really see why this card would be a poor card. But what I do know is that Kobe rookies are really popping off. I knew that PSA 5s were around the $300 range. So for $27 or $25 and $67, these were quick flips. And I sold them both to a eBay buyer later that day for $150 each. And after the 5% transaction fee, I walked away with $142.50 each on those. Coming down this list a little bit more, just a nice TLC, National Treasures RPA. I picked that up for $100 and I sold it a couple of days later for $125. Nice little come up right here. This was a very funny story. So on the 7th, I bought this Adam Thielen Gold from Mosaic and I paid $25 for it, and I sold it again the same day to somebody on eBay for $61. And then 2 days later, or 1 day later, excuse me, I was able to buy an Adam Thielen Gold from 2019 Prism, again numbered to 10, so it was like a free upgrade, and I paid $40 for that, and I flipped it to somebody on eBay for $85.50. So nice little couple Adam Thielen double ups. I'm a sucker for golds from Prism, Optic, Mosaic, you name it. So again, with this De'Aaron Fox, same thing. Paid $45, turned it into $61 in just a few days. That was bought on the 14th, sold on the 28th. Come over here. Conor McGregor had a lot of hype going into his fight. Of course, he lost. I think Gary Vee might have dropped something about UFC cards, and I saw some stuff on YouTube about it. I think it was actually Sports Card Investor pumping the market up. So again, paid $35, sold it for $49.40. This one was another one that I just thought was undervalued on the site. A PSA 10 orange laser, Eric Pascal. And for that one, I paid $30. I sold it for $47. This one was a clear underprice to me. I paid $22.50 for this beautiful Chris Bryant triple threads, numbered 18. Sold it the same day on COMC for $45.60. So you can kind of see the trend here. I'm always looking to just double up. This one was a monster, more than a double up. I knew that these were pretty rare. This is the 2011 Topps Contest Chris Sale rookie, numbered to 60. You can see right there. I've never seen one of these before, but it popped up on COMC for $8.77. I bought it and I immediately just sent it to COMC auction. And sure enough, it fetched $47.88. I did pay a $3.50 auction fee on that. So a little around 35, 36 bucks profit there. Just another good one right here. 2 days I held this card. I bought this CeeDee Lamb to $249 from Prism. I paid $12 for it, it looks like. Sold it for $42.75, so another $30 profit. I mentioned this one in the opening video, this Mitch Marner that I bought for 75 cents. I think the seller was trying to price it at $75. I'm not sure. But quick flip right there, 34 bucks. This one, a lot of people would see no value in a card like this. This Daniil Gallinari black and gold numbered to 5. Now, you might see Gallinari, you're like, okay, well, who collects Gallinari? There's got to be one or two or three people out there who collect Gallinari, right? International player. So I picked it up for 15 bucks, and that was on the 21st. On the 27th, I sold it for $33.25. Just some other cards on this list. I found this Pikachu Japanese. I know like nothing about it. I looked up comps the best I could. I found comps on this card at like, I don't know, like 45 bucks. So I bought it for 10 bucks on COMC, sold it for 31. This is one I'm definitely going to take an L on, but I did make a little profit. This Tiger Woods, I really like this 2001 Tiger Woods Golf Gallery insert. I think I like it more than the actual rookie card itself, but I paid $19.75 for that. I sold it for $27.55. Now, the only bad thing about this card is the price has tanked and down to $12.75, and I kind of went all in. As you can see, I have 2 for sale at $17.50. I also have 6 that I bought that, I paid $14.75 for it. I tried to corner the market, but this is a card that's been submitted way too much, so too hard to corner. Maybe eating some cost on there and maybe taking slight loss for the sake of not sinking money into a card and just leaving it there. Justin Herbert from 21 to 27. Tim Duncan refractor from 07-08 Chrome iconic set. That mid-2000s Chrome stuff really starting to creep up in value, so $14.99, sold it for $27.31. More TLC, made a few bucks on that one. You can go down this list, and I think that the trend that you see is just finding sneaky value and finding cards with a lot of eye appeal. This Kobe White from the teal Kobe White Crusade. These were only in the mega boxes, so there's not a whole lot floating around there. $9.74 to $21. Just coming down this list, trying to look for some bigger things. This is actually some Pokemon knowledge right here. Some of these full art trainer cards, especially of characters and popular characters from the TV show, have really started to climb up in value lately. I'm not familiar with this character, but for $1.60, I was able to sell it for $16.72. That one seemed kind of like a no-brainer to me. Another thing that seemed like a no-brainer to me, I picked up this Jordan Bone from Immaculate Collection. Huge patch on there, number to 53 color patch. Player not doing too much right now, but I bought it for $8.50. I sold it for $16.50. You can just kind of go down this list, see some other stuff where I made some decent money. Cabinelli Silver Rookie Penmanship, $3.50 to $14.25. And the list just keeps going on. This MPJ Rookie Blue, I paid $2 for it. I sold it for a quick $11.40. Shaq Double Up on a Sports Illustrated. So you can just kind of get a gist. You know, there's some more Pokemon down here, you know, $3 to $7.40. Another Conor McGregor down here as well. Again, I'm not going to go through all these and talk about exactly what I was thinking, but that's kind of just a small example. And you go over to page 2, and there's some stuff over here too. This is more of the lower dollar stuff. Some good ROI stuff, you know, on the Sean Kemp. I would have gladly kept that card, but I do have several in my collection. $2 to $6. 74 cents to $6 on a Taurine Prince, numbered to 8. But let's go ahead. I want to wrap up the video, and I want to talk about some cards that I bought that I currently have for sale in my portfolio. And so this is my current COMC portfolio as it stands. As you can see from this video, one of my trends is to not just look for the hot cards, not just look for the Prism rookies, the Optic rookies, you know, those really liquid cards, but to really seek out value in some of the more hidden gems in the hobby. And that's kind of what my port usually turns into, just an eclectic mix of random sets that I like and random players that I like. You know, when I'm flipping cards, one of my mentalities is it either has to be a card that I feel is very liquid that I'm going to be able to sell in a fairly quick amount of time, or it has to be a player that I really like and a card that I'm willing to just keep forever. And so that's what a lot of these are. You know, this DK Metcalf is my most expensive card that I have in my port at the moment. I paid $100 for this card, looking for $135 on it if we can get it to load. Just a beautiful card, rookie patch, 3-color patch, numbered to 50, sticker auto. But if I have to keep that card forever, 100% cool with it. Along with these Juan Sotos that I picked up a pair of Juan Soto refractors from 2017 Bowman Draft. I think I paid $62.75 per on those. So I was pretty happy with that price. You know, his stuff has really started to tick up. Frankie Lindor just got traded. Again, this was part of there was a seller just pricing out definitive stuff way too low. That's where the Hoskins came from, where the Chris Bryant came from. They also had the triple threads. But I think I paid, on this one, we can click manage price. I want to say I paid like $35, $32 on this one. $29 on that one, so that's a great price. This is a set that I absolutely love. This 0506 Topps 1952. Let's see if I can find that really quick. Yeah, this Vince Carter just looks very well centered. I know these are kind of a tougher grade. It is now a 15-year-old Chrome card, but 103 of 149 of a future Hall of Famer. I just love the card. So if I never sell that, I'm 100% cool keeping that card. Jordan, you know, baseball season's starting to come up, so I think Jordan stuff's going to go up. Another card that I thought was just absolutely beautiful, this James Wiseman blue, yellow, green from Prism Choice. I think I paid like 27 or 28 bucks on that one, 25 bucks, looking for 45 on that one. And you can just go, you know, another Wiseman. I actually got this one for like 8 bucks. Kevin Knox was playing well to start the season. I think I picked this up for about 25. This one seemed like a steal to me, a Joe Burrow Phoenix Silver. For whatever reason, these cards just don't sell for nearly as much as Mosaic. Paid $14 for that one. So if I have to hold that card for a year, totally cool with that. Marcus Morris to 5, neon green. Again, just kind of like that Gallinari theory, you know, there has to be a Marcus Morris collector out there. So I got that one at a good price. You know, a Griffey, Kyle Lewis, just guys I like. Nikhil Alexander Walker, hot rookies. You know, his stuff ticked up, so I tried to get in on that hype train a little bit. Just, you know, I think you can see here, it's just an eclectic mix of, like, lower numbered stuff. Always looking to be the only one on the site for have a copy, so I don't have to compete with other people. Really good example of that is this Van Vliet right here. And another good example of this is you can look, in one of the ways that I could find out that this card was underpriced when I bought it, I look at all of the other Van Vliet parallels over here on the side, and I looked and I see when I bought this card, I paid $12.74 for it. So I look over here and I see $12.74, and I see it sandwiched next to a choice red for $29 and a purple for $40, an orange for $39, a Pulsar for $83, and I'm like, well, that seems underpriced compared to the rest of the market for the parallel. So I'm trying to sell this one numbered to 75 for $20, which is actually less than what the fast break, or a little bit more than the fast break red to 125, a lot less than the choice red to 88. So I'm pretty confident that Van Vliet will sell pretty quickly, and it is a pretty well-centered card at that. Come over here, just some other stuff I have in my port. Again, with that theme of, cards that COMC doesn't get a ton of. Maybe this Bo Bichette yellow, yellows from Walgreens, harder to get than any other retail color. 16-17 Spectra Curry. We have a field level Trubisky. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just like the look of those Cosmics. Sean Taylor, one of my favorite players ever. If I have to keep that card, totally cool with that. Again, Joe Harris, Gold Wave. They're not going to see too many of those come up on the site, so I should have no competition. This one, just a sentimental card for me that I like. When I was a kid, I collected the Collector's Choice gold signatures and the silver signatures. So I think I got that one for like $10. Trying to sell it for $18. You can just go down the list and kind of just see, I'm a big fan of Jake Luton. Maybe he'll get some time. Another Pascal Siakam. Damian Lillard, Youngbloods. So these are just the kind of cards that I personally like, or cards that I just think that there's value in. Some cards have eye appeal. The Shohei Ohtani, for example, just a card I like. It's a 2020 Ohtani. It's not a rookie or anything, but just a card I think is worth $10 based on eye appeal alone. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think about cards totally differently than other people. But again, Adam Thielen, Blue Ice, that just looks like a $10 card to me. This Jackson Hayes, good example of a card that COMC will not see very many of. The Neon Green is I believe it's the Australia exclusive, and I think I talked about that. But I paid like $2 for that card. I'm pretty sure it'll sell at some point for $8. Bobby Bradley, just a dude I like. You see some lower end Pokemon towards the bottom of my port. Just some kind of crap that I picked up, And let me show you how I find some of this stuff, because I do want to show you, before I wrap up, I do want to show you my absolute favorite way to find steals on COMC. So I believe I touched on this in the first video, but just in case I haven't, my favorite way to find steals on COMC is the recently added section. I'm going to show you how to get there. I'm also going to show you the tool I use. If you're like me, you might be working remotely from home. You might have multiple monitors. I actually have 3 monitors, and one of them, if I'm not watching a video in it, I usually have the COMC recently added section up, and I have a little tool that I think you guys are going to find very cool. So to get to the COMC recently added section, when you're at the home page, you're just going to want to hit the go button. Don't type anything in the search bar. Just hit the go button. You do that. We'll give it a second. And the recently added section pops up. Now, these are cards that are being added to the site from sellers at 24/7, 365. If somebody is pricing out cards that have never been put up for sale on COMC before, from their account, they will appear here. Now, the fun thing to do with this is you can pair it with a auto refresher so that this page, you can just see it right there, continually updates with new cards. And this is something that all of the top flippers on COMC do. The ones who are hawk-eyeing the cards that are being recently added to the site, that are being added in real time. People are looking for those undervalued cards, looking for those steals, and this is really what you want to get. So up in this upper right corner, you can see I have this little icon right here. I have several icons for tracking things. Some good plugins. Maybe I'll talk about some of the other ones. I have an RSS feed. I have something checking sites for like Tops.com in case they add new product. But the one I want to talk about is this little icon right here called the Easy Auto Refresher. And this is for Google Chrome. I use Google Chrome. So you click this. I'm going to click stop really quick. And this will refresh any page that you have active. So I leave this screen up here. I work in my 2 monitors down below, but I have this page refreshing continuously, showing me new cards that have been added to COMC's marketplace. You can set it for any time you want. There's also advanced options as well, but I have the free version, so I haven't even paid for those. So I set my time at 7 seconds just 7 seconds, once the page refreshes, I can glance up really quick. If anything catches my eye, I can click into it really quick. So let's go ahead, count that down from 7. It's at 4 right now. This will refresh in 2 seconds with potentially new cards. If new cards have been added to the website, you can see right there. Maybe something catches my eye. Let's just click into this Jake Peavy to 125 really quick. I just middle click with my mouse. It opens up a new window, and now I can take a look at that card, see if I want to buy it or not. It's a Jake Peavy, so I don't. But every 7 seconds, if people are pricing out cards, I'm going to be able to see those. It just takes a quick glance up. Maybe a Zion will show up here undervalued. Maybe something will catch my eye, and then I will just click into it and see if I want to buy it or not. Let's try to find maybe a card, this Jimmy Fox to 99. I'm not going to buy it, but maybe there's some sales data on a card like this. So you can also use COMC's pricing data. They have sold 2 in the past. You can click right here as well to see what the highest completed sale was. Somebody paid $3.31. If you hover over this, it says that they paid that in 2008. So not really current data on a card like this, but a card that's more fluid, that sells more quickly, like a Zion Parallel or a Tyler Hero rookie card. Maybe it's from Chronicles numbered to 99 or something like that. That'll give you some on-the-fly data if you're not familiar with the card. So this is how I find a lot of my steals on COMC, and this is how a lot of COMC flippers also find steals. Now, you can go the traditional method of, seeking out and buying a specific player. There's a ton of good stuff right now on COMC, now that I actually have some capital, and, I'm up over my starting $1,000. In terms of having cards and having cash as well. I think as baseball season starts, now is going to be the time for me to start accumulating some of those players. I'll show you a perfect example of a window that I was looking at before starting this video, and this is the select silvers of Peyton Manning, and you can just see that I came across just a whole field of just, underpriced stuff, in my opinion. Some premier levels starting at $1.69, some for $4.25, and some for $6.74. So I do plan to scoop all of those up. Also some field levels, $9 right there for a field level silver Peyton Manning. That seems pretty good for me. There's also a couple other ones here for $19.50 and $15. So I'm going to look up comps on those. But as baseball season starts, I'll start to be accumulating as well. But my favorite way to find flips on COMC, and really just looking for those quick flips early on to try to accumulate cash flow and to try to build a portfolio of cards that I think will sell in a reasonable amount of time. This has been really my bread and butter for finding those flips. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Like I said, just a crazy start, $1,000 profit in the first month of the year. I'll probably do another one of these in early to mid-March, and I think we're just going to do monthly updates. But that's going to do it for me. You can hit up the website, rungoodlife.com, if you want to get into an upcoming group break. You can also check out the new Patreon, patreon.com/rungoodlife. Doing some cool stuff over there, some stuff not seen on YouTube. I can also get you a care package if you want to choose one of the upper tiers, or even have you featured on the channel, this very YouTube channel. That's going to do it for me today. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Hope you enjoyed the COMC content, and I'm sure we'll get back to a break tomorrow. And we'll catch you next time on Down the Road.